Hello, I'm Andy Teach, host of Andy's Awesome Adventures, and welcome to Old Town San Diego. Old Town San Diego is the location of the first European settlement in California and is the oldest neighborhood in San Diego. Within Old Town there are 3 parks, but we are going to focus on Old Town San Diego State Historic Park. Our first stop is Fiesta de Reyes, which means Celebration of Kings. It's comprised of several locally owned specialty shops and restaurants and a 10-room boutique hotel. Bands play Mexican music here as well. Your next stop should be the Robinson Rose House because it's the visitor center and they can answer any questions you might have. James Robinson built this structure in 1853 as his family residence and the home of the San Diego Herald and the San Diego and Gila Railroad offices. Here is a scale model of 19th century Old Town. Tinsmith is a family-owned small gift shop selling tin products. The artists that produced the handmade tinware are 5th-generation tinsmiths. The Machado's y Silvas Museum was built in the early 1840s. This Adobe building was a wedding present from Jose Manuel Machado to his daughter Maria Antonia and her husband, Jose Antonio Nicasio Silvas. It had 4 rooms and 3 doorways that opened onto the plaza. Maria Antonia converted the casa into a commercial restaurant in the early 1850s. The Machado y Silvas family owned the property until the early 1930s. It was a rooming house, cafe, art studio, souvenir shop, and community chapel before becoming part of California State Parks in 1968. Racine and Laramie Cigars is San Diego's oldest smoke shop. In 1868, Frontier San Diego, Alexis Racine and Charles Laramie opened Racine and Laramie Tobacconist. This building may be reconstructed, but when you walk inside, you're transported back into the 19th century. I'd like to thank my sponsor for this video, AlertBot. AlertBot is a website monitoring service that gives you peace of mind while you travel. If your website crashes or your customers have trouble accessing your pages, AlertBot will notify you of the issue so you can quickly fix the problem. I use them for my own websites. AlertBot's clients include many top companies, including IBM, Sony, Disney, Chrysler, Travelocity, and MGM Resorts to name a few, so you know you're in good hands. You can try this service for 14 days free by going to their website at alertbot.com. There's a link in the video description below. If you sign up for a monthly or annual plan with them, use my promo code AndysAwesome20 to save 20%. The Colorado House was originally a hotel, but now houses the Wells Fargo Museum. The building is a reconstruction of the 1860 original. The museum has one of the 30 famous coaches shipped to Wells Fargo in 1867. The Courthouse Museum is right next to the Colorado House and is the first brick courthouse in San Diego, built in 1847. It was originally designed as a town hall and was constructed by Mexican and U.S. members of the Boundary Commission who used the building as their headquarters in 1849. It served as a courthouse, school, church, and polling place over the next 2 decades. It was destroyed by fire in 1872 and reconstructed in 1992. Casa Estudillo was constructed in 1825 as the home of Don Jose Antonio de Estudillo. It became a sanctuary for women and children during the American occupation in 1846. El Centro Artesano is Old Town's largest pottery gift shop. This is the first office of the San Diego Union, and it has been restored to resemble the building when the Union printed its first newspaper in 1868. The structure was prefabricated in Maine and was shipped in 1851. Casa de Aguirre was originally built around 1853. The Adobe mansion was one of the first buildings in Old Town, and it was the home of Don Jose Antonio Aguirre, a successful merchant and rancher. Today it's a gift shop, but it also houses a small museum inside. The building of the Church of the Immaculate Conception was begun in 1868, but not completed until 1919, due to the focus on building new San Diego. Old Town Market is an historic marketplace featuring shops with locally made gift items and restaurants. It also features live entertainment. The Old Town Trolley is a hop-on, hop-off trolley with one-day or two-day tickets. The trolley visits many different parts of downtown San Diego, including several museums. One of the attractions in Old Town is the Whaley House, which in 2005, Life magazine called, quote, the most haunted house in America, end quote. The Whaley House was originally built in 1856 by Thomas Whaley to be a granary. Whaley leased the house out for a while, and part of it became a courthouse. The rest of the house was built in 1857, and the Whaley family eventually lived upstairs. No one has lived in the house since 1953, and it first opened up as a museum in 1960. Shortly after the Whaley family moved in, they heard loud footsteps in the house, which they believed to be the ghost of James Yankee Jim Robinson, who was hanged on this property for stealing a boat, but Robinson was also suspected of murder. Then the Whaley's young son Thomas, who was 18 months old, died of scarlet fever here. A few months later, an arson fire destroyed the general store. The Whaleys moved to San Francisco shortly after that, but moved back a few years later. There was also the violent suicide of their daughter Violet, who shot herself in 1885 due to an unbearable marriage. As you have heard, over the years, many descendants have lived and died in this house. Some visitors have reported seeing apparitions of Thomas and Anna Whaley. Some reported hearing Thomas giggling or crying, or dressed in his frock at the top of the stairs. Workers and visitors have noticed strange sounds, sights, and aromas. They've heard sounds of children running up and down the stairs. Others reported seeing a young woman on the second floor, reputed to be Violet. Some have reported lights going on and off by themselves. So is the Whaley house really haunted by ghosts, or is it all imagined? I guess you'll have to come here and find out for yourself. George Alonzo Johnson built this small frame home for his family in 1869. He was a steamboat operator on the Colorado River and later a California state assemblyman. The Casa de Bandini, which is now the Cosmopolitan Hotel, was originally built as the one-story Adobe family home for early San Diego settler Juan Bandini in 1829. The Cosmo is the only hotel located within Old Town San Diego State Historic Park. It has been used as an apartment building, olive mill, and restaurant. Today, the 10-room boutique hotel has been fully restored to its 1870 grandeur, and some of the original floorboards and windows remain. The blacksmith shop and wood shop is located at the site of the Black Hawk livery stables, which were built in the mid-19th century. You can watch a blacksmith demonstration here.
Brass and copper, which can really conduct heat and electricity very easily. Iron, although this is burning hot up here, heat only travels to about right here, so this entire area is safe enough to touch. So, right now, all of that heat is trapped inside of the iron and it's dissipating into the air. Where's another place that I can put this to cool it down even faster? Water, of course! So let's say I want to cool down this spot right here, but keep this spot hot. I can use that water just to adjust that temperature and keep this spot hot so I can continue with my project. And just simply with a couple of swivels, that temperature changes and it is safe enough to touch.
Our last stop in Old Town is at an unsuspecting golf pro shop. It used to be the Casa de Carillo, which was built in the early 19th century, making it the oldest adobe dwelling in San Diego. Old Town was the final stop of our 9-day San Diego tour, and as you have seen, is the perfect place to end your visit to beautiful San Diego, California.